What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, Oblivion Remastered is starting to reveal some glaring tech problems. You're in good company if you're waiting on a Tony Hawk's Underground remake, and Thunderbolts continues to do pretty well at the box office. This is your Daily Fix. Tech experts say The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered has significant performance problems across all consoles as fans wait for a much-needed patch. Oblivion Remastered has enjoyed a hugely successful launch with over 4 million players and a very positive user review rating on Steam. However, if there's one issue that continues to crop up, it's performance. Our friends at Digital Foundry have run an extensive analysis on Oblivion Remastered on all console platforms and found the game to have significant problems across the board. DF's Thomas Morgan said, "No platform is spared of issues. Whether it's PS5, PS5 Pro, or either Xbox Series machine, all struggle with traversal hitches while roaming the open world. Secondly, there's major sub-60 frames per second frame rates, where I've also discovered that performance slowly degrades with more playing time, quite possibly due to a memory leak. And finally, software freezes are the icing on the cake, with all PlayStation and Xbox platforms crashing to the system menu on loading a save one too many times." According to DF, a charged playthrough with more continuous playtime behind it performs worse than a fresh boot. Cycling through saves also introduces bugs in the charged playthrough. And this is particularly curious, it also leads to the camera position being too high while riding horseback. You can fix this by resetting the game. The hope, of course, is that Bethesda addresses these problems sooner rather than later, especially as players spend more time with the expansive fantasy role-playing game and are more likely to run into these performance problems. Digital Foundry asks some tough questions on its analysis, suggesting Oblivion Remastered was rushed to market, which is perhaps a little hard to believe since its existence was leaked back in September 2023. There also seems to be a discrepancy between versions, with a hotfix release for Xbox Series X so far unavailable for PS5. Now, that's a damning assessment of Oblivion on console, but what about PC? DF had already issued its analysis of the PC version, calling its performance dire. It's worth checking out the analysis in full for more. Despite performance issues, Oblivion Remastered is a hit. It became the third best-selling game of 2025 in the US after just 1 week on sale, having shadow dropped on April 22nd. Oblivion Remastered trails only Monster Hunter Wilds and Assassin's Creed Shadows at the top of the 2025 sales chart. Moving on, if you've been hankering for a return to Tony Hawk's Underground, you're not alone. Tony himself is campaigning for a remake. "I always have aspirations," Hawk told Screen Rant. "It's not up to me generally. I'll campaign all I can, but I'm working with a much bigger company that's a lot smarter than me." Asked if Activision had given any indication of what may be next once Pro Skater 3 and 4 is released, Hawk kept his cards close to his chest, replying, "We haven't even released this game yet." Tony Hawk's Underground was released way back in 2003, getting an impressive 9.2 review score from us at the time, due to its virtually flawless level design and stellar gameplay. For the first time ever in the series, it gave us a chance to get off our boards and explore the expansive levels on foot. After loving Tony Hawk's 1, 2, and 3, I never played Underground, but my IGN colleagues assure me it's excellent. The Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remake is set to launch on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, PC, PlayStation 3 and 4, and Xbox Series X and S and 1 on July 11th. And finally today, Thunderbolts had a strong second weekend hold at the box office and has now reached 272 million globally. The Florence Pugh-fronted action movie added 33 million domestically and 34 million internationally to top the box office charts for a second week running. That's a 44% box office drop from the launch weekend, which is better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Captain America Brave New World, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Thunderbolts has so far grossed an estimated 128.5 million domestic and 144 million internationally. According to Variety, Disney spent 180 million to make Thunderbolts and another 100 million to market it, so Thunderbolts needs to show staying power globally to turn a profit theatrically. Last week, Disney boss Bob Iger praised Thunderbolts, saying it's the first and best example of Marvel's new commitment to quality over quantity. First and best, both, without any competition. Meanwhile, Sinners is now up to 283 million at the global box office, and a Minecraft movie is at nearly 910 million after 6 weekends. And that is your Daily Fix for Monday, May 12th. Now, over at Humble, you may want to check out the Xbox Game Studio Publisher Bundle. For just $5, you get Broken Age, Sunset Overdrive, and Battletoads. And for $10, you get those 3 games, plus Wasteland 3, Quantum Break, As Dusk Falls, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Age of Empires Definitive Edition. As always, proceeds go to charity. Also, IGN's in-person fan event, IGN Live, is coming to downtown Los Angeles on June 7th and 8th. Come hang out with us at the Magic Box at the Reef for an exciting live show all weekend long. We'll have huge reveals, interviews on stage with celebrities and your favorite games industry personalities, playable PC, console, and handheld gaming stations, awesome panels, IGN merch, tons of giveaways, and more. You can expect to see Xbox, Netflix, Alien Rogue Incursion, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Rick and Morty, IDW Publishing, and so many others. Head over to IGN.com/live to grab your tickets and use code DailyFix for a special discount. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.